There. Done it. Okay, YouTube should be live now. Hey, everyone. Good thing I haven't started yet. You know, nothing started. I've just been fucking. I've just been talking to Twitch chat, I guess. For everyone on YouTube, it should be good now. Let me know. Wait, does that mean that Peter didn't hear me say that the Cleveland Browns need to get good at football before his career picks up again? Oh, no. I mean, Discord chat works. Discord chat always works. Right. Webtoon is a confusing. You know, this week I was gonna have a nice chill episode about Germany. I want to talk about Germany, guys. I want to talk about other things. Instead, I'm here doing this. Fuck me. Anyway, I'm getting too old to complain. Before we start today's episode, hey Katan. Before we start today's episode, I'm just gonna do a real quick thing. Hey, friends. Did you know that the Shortbox Comic Fair is going on right now? These are the comics that I bought from the Shortbox Comic Fair. If you don't know anything about it, I'm just going to let you know that you can go to the website, shortboxcomicfair.com, and you can go and buy comics from independent creators who are pretty chill, and they all seem pretty nice, and all their work is pretty interesting. Do give it a shout. Do check it out. It's not sponsored or anything. I just really like supporting the industry. Anyway, on to the show. Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 16, season 2 of the Webcomics Hubcast. I am your host, Nan. Oh, I'm so tired. and I also want you all, and I know you're all tired. I know you're all tired. I'm tired too. It's been a hell of a year, It's been a hell of a year, and the Queen dies, we enter into a global recession. And then we almost forget. You think everything couldn't get any worse, and then Webtoon decides that they're going to take away the creator fund, the creator rewards program. I call it the creator fund. That's what TikTok has. No, Webtoon's going to take away the creator rewards program. Great tweet from the person who I saw it from is one of my patrons, Paige. Thanks, Paige. By the way, I literally opened Twitter as soon as you tweeted that out. I saw it and I was like, holy shit. I wasn't even paying attention. But I saw this on Paige's Twitter. I'm sure all of you probably saw the exact same thing. But it was Webtoon's email that they sent out. I believe it was an email that they sent out. They're basically read, and I'm just going to get it up here on the screen for some of you. That read, hello, Canvas creators. We created the Creator Rewards Program, previously Beta Creator Credit, in 2018 to supplement our then newly established ad revenue sharing program. The program was intended to temporarily supplement ad revenue sharing program during its early phase. Despite initial plans to end the program earlier, we extended the program during the pandemic to provide further support. As the end of 2022 approaches, we wanted to let our creators know that we are officially ending the Creator Rewards program. The program will terminate once January rewards are paid out in February of 2023. We appreciate every creator who has been part of the Creator Rewards program, and we will continue our support through the ad revenue sharing program. We are also developing a tipping system to provide an additional form of support, and we greatly appreciate your patience until we can share a more accurate release date of the system later this year. Thank you, the Canvas team. It was an email. They didn't do a public statement. Yeah, it was an email. Cool. I'm not crazy. So, I also went to the Webtoon Canvas Twitter just to see if they said anything. I went there earlier today, actually, to see if they said anything. No, they were just retweeting people's work, which I don't think is a bad thing. I mean, fundamentally, I don't think Webtoon not saying anything on a public platform about this is that big of a deal, per se. I'll clarify in a second. Basically, basically, Webtoon doing this is not surprising. As they said, they're right. They said it like 3 years ago. They were going to remove it. We knew it was going to go 3 years ago. They told us in 2018. I knew. I don't think we should be acting shocked that it's going away. I will say that. Like, like you should know this. You should know this, guys. Don't be like the featured creators when they were shocked that MCA V2 was coming in, even though they'd known for like a year or something or 2 years. Don't be shocked. Like, we knew this was coming. It's not the strangest thing, but you're right. It still does fucking suck ass. Like, I'm not gonna pretend it doesn't. It fucking sucks. Icky said, "What are the chances that this means they're taking away ads on your work? I mean, I bet even comics that weren't advertising monetized before will get ads on them now. I mean, them getting ads on them isn't surprising. Like, everything on Webtoon should have ads. I should say this now. Like, as a personal rule of thumb, a platform like Webtoon does not survive without ads. Virtually no content delivery platform in the planet that isn't exclusively subscription based survives without ads. So they should already have ads on everyone's work anyway. And if they don't, which I don't see them doing, because in the UK they didn't have ads for ages. So if they don't, they're just incompetent. I will say that. Anyway, this thing with entire process system was temporary. They did acknowledge it back in the day. It's not that shocking. What is upsetting about it, though, is that a substantial number of people, especially those at the lower levels of the creator program, are losing a lot of money. Now, somebody said something on Twitter that I actually found very relevant. Most of you don't fucking get anything from this system. Most creators get fuck all. And that's true. Like, most people on Canvas do not hit the requirement to make money on Canvas. So for like, I'm gonna hazard a guess, 80% of you, nothing's changed. Nothing's changed at all. But for the remaining 20%, you just got hit where it really matters. I saw somebody literally talking about how this means it's basically $1,000 of cash away from them, which means, and they easily could have built their life around that $1,000 expectation every month. So it's not shocking. Webtoon taking it away, expected. I wish they'd given a longer lead time on it. Like, if they were going to take it away, the lead time needed to be longer. I'm surprised that it's as short as it is, to be honest. Like, what? This is 3 months. They're giving you 3 months or get fucked. Like what? Like, why didn't you tell us? If you knew it was going to be 3 months, why didn't you tell us this in like August? I don't know. And then, like, from Jenny, now here's the thing. It's easy to say, yes, it's temporary, but the moment they extended the program during COVID, they said an acknowledgement that this program was needed. Like, we can debate semantics and all that, but that point sticks out like a sore thumb. Jenny, you're not wrong. Like, in general, the fact that they ran it as long as they did because it was needed during COVID, and that they should have easily noticed that it was also a necessity for people who were on their platform and like doing well. I'm quite shocked that they don't seem to be aware of it. But like, it's obvious, it's incredibly obvious that most of the people making content on Webtoon are coming to Webtoon to make content because of the Creator Awards program. Their Canvas user base growing as it does is growing in part because people saw that it's possible to make money on their platform. So I don't know. I don't know if they're surprised, they didn't know. I don't know if they're just dumb. I don't know which one it is, but like, you're right, Jenny. It's true. They should have noticed that. From Kaylee, I literally hit 200K views the first day and the first time a day before the email. I knew they were planning on removing it, but the timing was comedy gold. It's fucking ridiculous. I think on a fundamental level, though, even forgetting the announcement, like, it makes sense that they're doing it now. I don't know if you guys know, Webtoon US isn't making money. Like, they're losing money. I can't seem to find any really new data, but the last time I checked, they were losing like somewhere between $1 and $8 million, which isn't a lot, I should say. For a large company, losing 8 million, like Webtoon, losing $8 million a year or so is nothing. But if they're, especially with the low lead time on this, and if you don't know what lead time is, essentially lead time is the amount of time between the declaration of an event and the event itself taking place, right? That's what lead time is. And like, with that very low amount of lead time between Webtoon announcing this and when they plan to cancel it, which is essentially January, right? It is quite, it spells that there might be more losses. This combined with the fact that there is still no third quarter, there's still no third quarter release in third quarter revenue data, revenue information. If you guys don't know, I read a lot of Nevers investor reporting and stuff like that. There is no third quarter investor reporting, which might indicate that the loss that Webtoon US is taking is significant, and they do not want that to be publicly known as of yet. So it could be a combination of things coming up here, but it does spell not like it's not a death, it's not a death scream, but it does spell mean that we need to worry. I'll get onto the tipping system in a second. Fuck me. Let me just read some comments. Hey Kiki, hey Kiki, thanks for coming to the channel. Appreciate you being here. And from Jenny too, I'm glad that you think my discussions are nuanced. I think my discussions are full of shit, but live your life, darling. I'm glad it makes you happy. Thank you. From Jenny, oh, most definitely. It's really based on the hope that you could get something from it. Like I got 200 max from the program, which was spending money. But again, I'm also a creator who doesn't update consistently enough to take advantage of it. I find it to be both like, it's not surprising they took it away, but I am surprised they may not understand the outrage. Like, bro. And that's what's funny. While the US version is taking this away, the French version is supposedly taking this program on. Yes. So, oh, I'm dying. Sorry. I have like a really bad cold. Anyway. Yes. So, Webtoon is killing me from the inside. So, that makes a lot of sense because programs like the Canvas Rewards program are made to build users. Okay. So, let me see what way I can talk to you guys about it. Okay, cool. So, when YouTube started out, right? YouTube started out, the ad revenue program was like put out, what AdSense is now, was like rolled out widespread amongst everyone on the platform, right? One of the first things it did was it gave everyone access to AdSense, no matter your view count. And the payout, as long as you were in the top X amount of percent of creators, was about $10 per 1,000 people, if not more sometimes. For context, $10 CPM is virtually unheard of now. I had it once on one live stream. It is something you just don't get. It's basically like your prime real estate and they're auctioning your spot off to the highest bidder, right? And but the thing is, back then, more people had access to it. You just had access to it as long as you hit a certain threshold, you would get $10 CPM. And then they that started the idea of, if you were a YouTuber, you could make thousands of dollars, because essentially, think of like a PewDiePie video, right? It has 1 million views, at a $10 CPM. A CPM means cost per milli, or they would give you $10 for every 1,000 views you got. A 1 million view video is 1,000 views, right? So you got $10,000 for hitting 1 million on a video. Sounds so cringe to say, but hitting 1 million views on a video, you got $10,000. Think of like Felix at his height getting like 10 million views on a video. That's 100K from one video, right? And that stuff, that initial program helps bring in a lot of people, who might be interested in your platform, who you might need to build like a very strong user base. And building a very strong, diverse, and large user base when you're what I would call a user-generated content platform, UGC platform, is incredibly important, especially at the start, because that's what tells your investors that your product is going to do well. That's what tells your company what important directions they need to use to expand, and that's what essentially allows you as a company to brag, which is very important. Bragging is an important part of business. So Webtoon putting that creator awards program in for any of the sections, taking it away from England, the English speaking space, putting it in the French speaking space, is just them going, English speaking, you're done growing, and now I need to get more money from you. French, you need to grow more. I can see more money there, so I'm gonna go there and try and get more money there. That's what it's about. That's what they do that for. And that is fundamentally what programs like that are meant for. Not to say that Webtoon would have extended it anyway, regardless if COVID didn't show up, but I think that they would have extended it maybe a little bit longer just to ensure that they really saturated that user base. They really got that density of user base. But I think COVID has actually worked counteractively to what they expected to happen. Like they gained more users because of it, but like COVID also gave them a lot of temporary users that have gone away. Now, and it hasn't really affected them, but it has reduced the MAU by quite a bit, not substantially though. It's reduced everyone's monthly active users by quite a bit. Anyway, let me just read some more comments. It's so dumb on their part to clap their biggest content creators on Canvas this way. They could have at least waited until after the tipping system came out before cutting creator awards. You're right, Paige. And I'm actually very surprised that they didn't fucking do that. It's insane to me. I've been thinking about that the whole time, and I think I have a logical reason. Let me get to tipping. I'm thinking it's no coincidence that it's ending right at the end of a financial quarter. Yeah. I never expected to make money off of it, but it starts paying your water and electricity bills. It's kind of nice to get. You're right. Do you think there'll be a decrease in people going to Webtoon to get their start because of this change? Yes and no. There will be a decrease, but not a substantial one. Like what will happen? And this is, I have so many things. I have a fucking like file right next to me full of things I need to say to you. And it's just all mixing. And you're not going to like what I'm going to say about global comics. So just hold off on the global comics thing for like 10 seconds. Anyway, so let me just take things step by step. Okay. All right. First, do I think there'll be a decrease of people coming to Webtoon? Yes. But no. Webtoon still has the largest amount of fucking people. Like just the sheer density of people that are on Webtoon is right now impossible to match without a set number of things to hit. And we'll get to that when I talk about global comics. Now, yes, it will reduce the number of people. The number of established creators going to a platform will go down. People going to Webtoon going, oh, this will be a place where I could probably make it, will go down. They'll go to other places. They'll sell their IP to other companies. They'll be more willing to do that. It won't really negatively affect Webtoon. It just means that big names might consider them less and consider other people more because of the way they behave. You should remember that at the size some bigger creators are, they can afford to care a lot more about ethics than about money. I'm just going to put it like that. Anyway, about the tipping system. So the tipping system is confusing to me. And I say it's confusing because Webtoon and Patreon have worked together before. Not surprising that they're in the same state. I think they're very close to each other physically. At least at one point they might have been. Because I know Patreon's old office is really close to where Webtoon is. Because when I was in California, I went to Patreon's office. Yeah, so yeah, it's really close. But fundamentally, them wanting to implement a tipping system isn't bad. But I'm surprised that they've only talked about this tipping system as being implemented by them. Like, there's no like, well, you all already use Patreon. We're going to put a Patreon system where people can essentially drop a tip and then we pay it into your Patreon every month based on what it is. They haven't done that. They've just been talking to us about this tipping system they're building. They're building their own tipping system. And that worries me a little bit because it either means they want to take a cut of it or they think they have a better deal. If they have a better deal, I'll be interested to see it. If they want to take a cut of the tips, why? Like you're not going to get any substantial money apart from the feature creators getting tips. Maybe the entire reason of even implementing this tipping system is to get the tips given to feature creators and then split that between them. That's probably what they like to do because that can give them a substantial amount of just liquid cash, not tied up in anything else, not having to think too hard about, just like cut it, send it. YouTube already does that. And so does YouTube already does that. So does Twitch with the join button, which we now have on YouTube, by the way, and the subscribe button, which we have on Twitch. This is me plugging my join and subscribe. Join the YouTube channel. You get access to the monthly videos that the patrons get. But yeah, like it's strange to me, I guess, to say the least. It's strange to me that this is the way they're going about it, but it's likely that that's what they're going to go for. It's likely that that's what they're going to go for. They're going to go for a system where they can essentially access more liquid cash much easier from like just the audience for almost no benefit or very little benefit. Or maybe the reason they're building is because they want to make a system like the join system where essentially you can have tip exclusive content. But this is Webtoon we're talking about. Like, they argued with us as to whether or not they should put content moderation. Don't fucking believe that they would be trying this hard if they were going to implement something meaningful. But I don't know. I don't know. Like, as a company, they've consistently shown me that, like, they either don't understand their audience, their user base, don't care to understand their user base, or know that it's more convenient to only understand, like, the user base when it's convenient for them. I don't know which of them it is, but either one, whichever one, it's fucking cringe. I think it's kind of upsetting that now creators have to get paid directly by fans instead of a bigger entity, which would make it more unstable for smaller people. I mean, it was already unstable. So frankly, making it more unstable is just death. And also, people take the option to tip. As a person who is supported by my Patreon backers, thank you, Patreon backers. You're my favorite friends. We're not friends, but we are friends. We're friends in that, like, I like you, but we're not friends. Anyway, thank you, Patreon backers, especially Paige, for being such an active backer, and Jackie, who are my two newest backers. Paige and Jackie, who are my two newest backers as well. Anyway, like, no, people do tip. It takes a long time. One of the biggest problems about getting audiences to give you money in a tipping system from any country, doesn't really matter, is length, it's longevity. Right? It's literally just longevity. The longer you're making content for, the more likely you'll just get given money by your patrons. Like, yeah, but the thing is, it's the same premise. It's the same premise, it's the same amount of work. Ko-fi, whatever the fuck you want to call it. All of that stuff works based on like longevity and trust. So the audience needs to trust the platform that's paying you because it's their card information they're gonna have to put in there. And then you need to be making stuff for long enough. And those are the two things that matter to them. Like an example for me is yeah, someone's on Patreon, they're more likely to give money to other Patreons too. You're totally right. It's about the platform they can trust. Or an example as well is if they can trust you that much. For example, for me, so you guys don't know this, I'm a big Resident Evil 4 fan. Of course I am. Look at me, a beacon of quality content. And as a massive Resident Evil 4 fan, I'm a big fan of the Resident Evil 4 HD remaster that a fan has been doing for about a decade, right? And I followed it for most of the decade. And I have tipped using their PayPal donate button like 8 times because I liked the project. It was going on swimmingly. I was getting great updates. I cared about the project, cared about the people making the project, and I trusted PayPal at the time. That was it. And that's not just something that applies to me. Most of the time when even when Patreon talks about it as like the number one platform for getting small amounts of money from people, a big part of tipping is building that trust early on. Audiences trusting the platform, being willing to put their card information on it. It's a whole bunch of shit. And I know what you're talking about, Kaylee. Like, you might still not get anything after 20 years. That's not you at that. That's not you. Like, I'm going to blame for that or anything. I'm just saying that, like, the things that incline people to do it are known. The question is whether those things, how much of those things everyone needs, is very relative. Like, that's it. It's very, very relative. I understand why you wouldn't consider Patreon tipping, though. I'm not gonna like fight you on that. I think we're both correct on that point. Every now and then, yeah, Jenny Toon's talking about every now and then she does get some things from Ko-fi based on just posting on Twitter. Yeah, it happens. Webtoon's tipping might have the small advantage of getting the trust the platform part of the audience who already buys coins and daily passes. You're totally correct. In fact, their card information would already be really willing to take a Patreon a Webtoon payment. So it might be really valuable, but I'm worried as to how it's going to be implemented, especially on iOS, which is my biggest concern, frankly. But I'm also worried about how how they're going to choose how much to pay. Because this is the thing, okay, none of us probably consider this, and I'm considering this now, but Webtoon could make the tipping system just work with coins, which means you get tipped in coins, which are nebulous in value. Webtoon has done a really large amount of work, and like there's this really cringe talk you can go watch from the Game Developers Conference on microtransactions from a literal human manifestation of greed. But when you watch that document, that conference, when he explains about monetization and microtransactions, you understand that platforms that go through the trouble of implementing a feature through which money gets obfuscated into fake coins don't ever really want money to be something the audience is aware of. Like the moment the user base is aware that they're spending money and not pretend magic coins, something's up and the user base will freak. So for platforms like that, like Webtoon, for example, the way tipping would work would most likely use the coin system. And the thing is, do you know how much 100 coins is in valuation? Do you? Like genuinely, whoever can tell me right now what 100 coins is in dollars, I'll take dollars. I will give you I will give you $30 right now. If you can tell me exactly, without opening the Webtoon app, what 100 coins is in dollars. No one fucking knows. No, it's not $10, Bev. You've been lied to. It's not fucking $10, Bev. It ain't 10, baby. Because 108 coins is $10. 108 coins is $10. And every time you buy more and more and more coins, you get a bunch of dud coins. Like you get a bunch of extra coins that do give you stuff, but aren't counted into the pay. So you have no fucking clue. And then you can earn them for free. But if you guys didn't know, free coins don't mean anything. Free coins don't translate to creator money. So if you take free coins and you buy and you fast pass a series, the creator of that series gets nothing. So I'm calling them dud coins. Okay? Like it's just there is no way for you to standardly know how many coins you're getting in money value. And the thing is, you might go, okay, well, maybe it will be coins on the app, but it will be money on the desktop. And that's fine. Adults use the desktop app to read. Most people use the desktop app to read, and they're happy to put money onto it. You're right. I don't think they'll fucking do that. They'll just do what they did with FastPass and make it inaccessible from the desktop. Because fuck you. Like, it's not gonna be a simple matter. Like, it's not gonna work so simply. Like I'm going around it. I'm trying to figure out what else it could be, but I'm not trying to manifest coin tipping. Just, the breadcrumbs are there, right? Like, I'm sorry to say this, kids, but the game was rigged from the start. Turn on Fallout New Vegas music. Get Matthew Perry in here. We have a show to make. Like, that is almost definitely what's gonna happen. Coin tipping. We're gonna get coin tipping. It's gonna be fucking incredible. I can feel it now. Feel it in my bones, in my big bones. my whole worldview crashing around me as coin tipping becomes a thing, taking me out with it. Fuck, Jesus. I wish I didn't say that out loud now. I wish I didn't say that out loud. For anyone who's a sorry, I'm dying here. Sorry, guys. Something. Isn't one of the episodes of the podcast named something capitalism? For anyone who is on Twitch, you can use the Webtoon coins that I give you in chat for absolutely fucking nothing. I think you can force me to put on an ad, or you can make me do a cheese appreciation stream, which people want me to do for some reason. Oh, God. Those are a lot of my worries. They definitely will not be altruistic in their tipping system design. Of course they fucking won't be. Like, it's not. If Webtoon does something altruistic, it's by accident. Oh, that's ad time. If Webtoon does something altruistic, it's by sheer accident. I mean, like, look at FastPass creators. How many coins for The Witcher before they actually get any fucking money? Could it be better for Canvas though? Like, since there are more creative transparency built into Canvas? Yes and no. Like, it could be great, but then they still wouldn't. I bet you money they still wouldn't tell you how many coins you get. You would just fucking like this is what's gonna happen. This is what's gonna happen, guys. I'm gonna write a fucking. I'm gonna write like a future site magazine, right? I'm gonna write a future site magazine right now. Here it. Let's go. So the year is 2023, right? Merryweathery has brought out a new comic again on Canvas that is taking the entire top spot. I actually like the guy, right? Little Trash Maid is now a featured comic, and the tipping system has been implemented. All the tips are fucking coins, and Webtoon doesn't tell you any of the coin values you get. You just get an arbitrary payment on Patreon, and you have to email them for them to tell you how many coins you got. And every time they tell you got 100 coins, and then but the payment you get reduces or just arbitrarily changes. Right? Yeah. And then like insert Vime boom sound effect. And then like she needs some milk. that's 2023, guys. That's what we're going into. I can see the future. It's that clip of Squidward screaming future. That's what this moment is. Oh my fucking God. Real fast pass control equals Patreon. Yes. But like Patreon is harder to convert. I should know. Like Patreon is harder to convert. Like I had to read 3,000 fucking comics to get 2 patrons. Why didn't I get 1 billion? Like fuck, none of you read 3,000 webtoons in like 2 months. But like it's harder to convert. Like tipping is a lot easier to convert than any level of commitment. It's the basis of every relationship, right? Like the occasional handout is a lot easier for people to agree to. No, not even like that. Like in the UK, there's this joke people sometimes make where if you walk up to a random stranger in the street, you say, "Give me a pound," they'll give it to you. They'll give you a pound right there and then. If you walk up to a random stranger in the street and you say, "Give me a pound every hour or every 2 hours or once a day for the next week," they will cave at some point, or they just won't do it at all. Because it's a lot easier for people to remember to like, probably for people to give you something momentarily, because you only need to get through their like mental barrier once. Every time they have to do it, even though the mental barrier of giving you money weakens every time, you have to get through it every single time. And they might at some point just arbitrarily decide not to. So like converting people to like tipping is so much easier. Real fast pass is real fast pass. Like man, horse. The webtoon game strikes again. Makes me depressed on live stream. Gone sexual. That's this moment. Like I don't understand. I don't understand at all. I don't understand at all why they felt the need to do things the way they have so far. Because like it's actually making me rethink the lack of a public announcement a little bit. Because earlier I was like, it doesn't really matter. It's just a lack of a public announcement. But now I'm like, a lack of a public announcement is a big fucking deal. Like, why didn't you say something from the start? Like, it didn't even have to be that like well written or whatever. You just had to write something one time. Oh, pain. Oh, pain. But either way, like, all things considered, all things considered, this isn't the worst outcome. And people in French Webtoon will be getting it. So if you're a multilingual speaker, look forward to getting $50, because we all know Webtoon only thinks English-speaking countries deserve good money, and anyone who speaks anything but English can go fuck themselves. So look forward to getting your $50 for hitting 40K views every month. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it helps you genuinely, not even as a meme. God. Anyway, so in the wake of like, you know, Webtoon's shitty announcement, like this is this is as bad as Twitch announcing that they're going to split like that what you call it, partners only get 50-50 split of revenue from subs or whatever. But I don't remember. It doesn't matter. But no, like in the wake of the Webtoon announcement, the number one thing that kept happening was people talking about going to a new platform because Webtoon is dead. Long live Webtoon. And like, I mean, that's not how the quote's supposed to go, but I'm gonna say that anyway. Like, you're not gonna leave Webtoon unless you're a fucking idiot. At least right now. And that's for a couple of reasons, but I'll start from here. Platforms are built by their creators, period. There's no fucking question about that. Platforms are built by their creators. A platform's popularity is based off of the combination of money that they have available to spend and to give people to stay, and the creators who choose to stay. And those two things are highly important because at some point, um, Tapas used to be really a big player. They had the money, they had the creators, but they pissed them off and then they got them to leave, right? And now Tapas is dog shit. I mean, they weren't great before, but now they're dog shit, right? Fundamentally, Webtoon has only managed to piss off Tapas pissed off very prominent, meaningful, important creators, people who were important members of the community, pillars of the community even. They pissed them off and they left. And with them, they took their audience because that's what happens. Webtoon hasn't pissed off, like, it's not like Webtoon's pissed off Beyonce. Webtoon pissed off you. And like, don't get me wrong, I like you a lot, but you know Beyonce, you don't have much to your name. Like, it's not like Webtoon didn't piss off Beyonce. Webtoon pissed off fucking Jimmy John from Nevada. Like, fuck you, Jimmy John. No one cares. Like, on a fundamental level, if you leave, nothing changes. Like, your exodus only serves to provide a vacuum through which other creators who are on the platform can grow, build an audience, and then move them all to Patreon. So fundamentally, you leaving Webtoon is fucking meaningless in that they don't care. You don't take any money with you of any substantial money with you, and as a product, as a content provider, you don't hold a large amount of their audience with you. You don't hold sway. So for them, pissing you off is kind of whatever. Like, even prominent canvas creators don't need the money they get from Webtoon. So the only people who are being affected aren't even the top of the top of the top. It's like the shitty middle kids. The middle class has been affected again. No, the shitty middle kids, the kids who are getting more money than the bare minimum, but less money than the top of the top, and don't have the audience and like reach and like uh, depth of like audience willing to spend money for them, that will support them through this. Those are the people who are getting affected the most. If you leave, three more dickheads take your place. And not bootlickers. Like, in fairness, the people who take your place probably don't even know this is happening or care. Like, a lot of them would be newer creators who just go, well, fuck it, I still want to make comics. I'm not going to call those people bootlickers because there are real bootlickers that I have seen, and I am upset. And look, I'm going to be real with you guys. Okay, look, let me level with you. Listen to me. I'm your friend, right? Remember, I'm your friend. Okay, and when I say your content ain't shit, I don't mean your content ain't shit. I mean the platform doesn't view your content as shit, right? For them, it's expendable regardless because they will see you and go, well, Jimmy John's only got fucking 5, 6, 10, 15 readers a week. Why do I care what's happening to Jimmy John? It's not like the creator of Heartstopper is going to stop putting her comic on Webtoon. it's not like Trashmade's gonna go away because they don't need Webtoon for money. Merriweather isn't gonna leave, bless his heart, because you know he doesn't need Webtoon for money per se. So fundamentally, the people getting affected aren't the top, aren't the top of the top, and aren't the bottom of the bottom. It's just the shitty middle kids. You guys are getting fucked over, and like if you all leave with no like understanding of the macroeconomics of platforms that are good that's going on in front of you, you're not doing something for yourself. I saw on Twitter the other day, I saw somebody planning a strike, which I thought was a good idea actually. How do I put this? I thought it was a good idea that like somebody was thinking like, yes, as a combined group, we're being affected. And as a combined group, we should organize to make sure that while we're being affected, the platform doesn't think they can just take advantage of us. I thought that was really fucking good. Right. Um, but at the same time, I'm thinking about it, I'm looking at it, and I'm just going like, that's a really smart thing for us to do. And I think everyone should do something like that. I just think we should understand what we want from it. I think we should think a little bit more about what the strike is meant to do. I think we should think a little bit more about whether or not having a mass exodus from Webtoon is going to even help us or achieve anything for us. And that's where I've kind of been, right? That's where I've kind of been. Um, that's where my brain has kind of been. Collective action is good, but like hastily and ineffectively planned collective action is basically like shooting yourself in the dick. Like, don't fucking do it. It might end up worse than nothing, you know? And that's kind of where my brain's got to. I don't know, maybe none of you have got there. Maybe all of you have got there. It's been a really weird thing to experience because I've agreed with a lot of people's takes on this. I've agreed with people who are very upset with it, even though I don't think those people were even making any meaningful amount of money for it to change their lives in any way that mattered. I've agreed with people who were okay with it to some extent. They were like, "Ah, well, it doesn't matter. I wasn't making it anyway. I don't care." I get that. I get that slight amount of spite. But I think collectively as a group, all of us who make canvas content are being affected by this. And even if you don't make canvas content, frankly, you're being affected by this because one of the things that I thought about when the webtoons started taking their money away was that like this situation isn't just canvas creators are losing money. The situation is essentially how much money like, and I don't think Webtoon thought about it like this, but I'm saying this is what it boils down to, right? How much money can I take away and still get new content that I can spend? How much money can I take away from the industry, from the lower levels of the industry, and still get new content that can eventually turn into money for me later? If that makes sense. Like Webtoon's basically going, I can spend less on these fucking dregs, and then hopefully eventually, and I want to see how much less I can spend on these dregs, and eventually still manage to get a big good IP that I can take and then slap onto my front page. I think that's what's going to be like going on right now. It's going to be a lot of that happening in terms of like in the capitalist mindset, in the capitalist grind set, if you will, the grind set, of Webtoon. If you guys didn't know, Webtoon and we've been grustling for days. As the original grustler, I respect the grustle. Uh, that's just for like OG viewers. No one who's new knows what grustling means unless they've watched all my old videos. Anyway, um, people who think this will cause a mass switch are fucking smoking hemp. And not the good hemp. You're not smoking the good weed. You're smoking the bad weed. You're smoking like fucking cheap off the ground shit. Oh great. Merm is grustling right now. Love to see it, babe. But no, like if you think it's gonna cause a mass exodus, I'm sorry, you're smoking the bad booth. The bad booth. Because it's not gonna happen. Like it's not. It's no meaningful reason to leave Webtoon. There are meaningful reasons to go to other platforms, though, and I think on that point, it makes sense to start looking elsewhere. Although I think you should have been looking elsewhere from day one, but it makes sense to start looking elsewhere. I think it would be very useful and very smart of you to go and look at other webcomic platforms as places to cross upload, which could be a fucking pain in the ass because honestly, I get it. But treating this as the thing where you can just leave and it'll solve your problems is stupid. My opinion, the best case action that can happen, so to speak, works like this. You continue to promote your comic and send it to people to Webtoon, right? Send everybody who reads your comic to Webtoon. On Webtoon, send everybody who reads your comic there to whatever other platform you prefer. I wouldn't say Tapas. Don't. God, too many people, like Jenny, so many people are bored now. They don't know what, a lot of these creators are new. A lot of these creators are new. They don't know why I don't like Tapas. They don't know what Tapas did. They don't know what Tapas has done. I don't want to explain it. Look, I have an old episode of them. Go watch that one. Anyway, like fundamentally, it makes total sense to always post stuff in multiple places. But the path I always tell people to take for stuff like this is you want to take everybody from social media to the platform they are most likely going to go to, Webtoon, right? You need the view, not me. You need the view. Then once you get the view on the main comic, send those people who are willing to already read your content to the platform you actually like. Global Comics, fucking Tapas if you're a weirdo. Patreon, whatever the fuck you want. It doesn't matter. Okay? Send them there. And like send them to that other platform afterwards. After they've gone to your website. And the reason I'm saying that is because if somebody is willing to, users work like this. Users are willing to use the most popular thing in a niche that they like, right? That's why users use YouTube, even though Vimeo has existed for longer, I think. They're going to use the most popular platform in the niche, right? But if you want to get people to leave a popular platform in a niche, especially as a group, the best thing is to get users to that popular platform in the niche. And when they're willing to go there, if they like you, they will be even more willing to go somewhere else. You know, they will be even more willing to leave and go to a different platform. And on that new platform where you actually want them to be, upload your comic a week in advance. Upload content a week in advance. Have additional stuff. Put all your omakes on there. Put all your extra random chapters on there. Use it as a way to basically incentivize people to go there. Hey, I know you want to be on Webtoon, but you know if you went to Dilly Hub right now, on that platform, I have 3 extra weeks of content. And that will be your best case scenario of moving people. If enough people do it, and by enough, I mean enough, as in like get all your friends to do it, get their kids to do it, get their kids' kids to do it. And all of them, right? All of them move platforms, do that. Like I have all my content a week earlier on this platform. Especially if we all kind of pick the same platform. I'm gonna tell you who I wouldn't choose. But like, especially if we all pick the same platform, that's our best case scenario for moving people along. Because Webtoon's playing a game of essentially, hey, how little money can I invest, right? And still get returns from this canvas thing. And like, as long as they're doing that game, we should start talking about we should make like the Starbucks union reps and like fucking do something more meaningful with our time. Okay? Instead of wasting our time trying to argue at the same table as them, fucking we need to figure out a tactic that works for us, uses them to our advantage, and gains us something that's like and gains us in a way that's meaningful long term. Now the question everyone's probably going to ask me is, well, what other platform should I tell them to go to? Because I think that's a thing that matters, right? What platform? I spent all night on Twitter last night, and let's just say I saw every single kind of recommendation statement from literally everyone I could. I saw enough people telling me, hey, no, I think we should go to fucking, I don't know, Daily Hub, Global Comics, just make your own website. Okay, everyone who said just make your own website, shut the fuck up. I need just very small sequitur. The amount of people that were like, guys, it's not that hard. Just make your own website. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. I made my own website. Shut the fuck up. Jesus. Jesus Christ. Just stop telling people to make their own website. Ah! Anyway. I'm so tired. Anyway. The platforms that people would probably tell you to go to are Dilly Hub, what'd you call it? Dilly Hub, Global Comics. The Shonen Jump people started advertising yesterday. Like, as the hashtag came up, the Viz Media like upload space started advertising and stuff like crazy. Like it was insane. It was insane. I don't know. Unique websites aren't bad, by the way. They're not bad. I just sorry, I'm just cutting myself off to cover this. Unique websites aren't bad. It's just the argument is bad. Like audiences will adapt to whatever. Audiences really will adapt to whatever you throw at them. But just don't throw that argument at people and tell them that they need to do it. Having a website for yourself is totally good. And if you make one and you want to make one, that is totally within your right. And I respect you for doing it. But like when people are having a crisis of the platform that they're relying on, returning the argument with just make your own website is fucking bad. It's just a shitty thing to say. Don't say that to people. Like if your friend comes to you and goes, "Hey buddy, I had a crisis. Do you think my website would help? Making my own website would help me right now?" Go for it. Talk about it. But like it was a lot of people. It was a lot of like seemingly angry people basically yelling at the people who were relying on Webtoon or Tapas or whatever and telling them, just make your own website. If they wanted their own website, they would have made one 5 years ago. The reason they don't have one is because they don't want to deal with that work. Whatever that work is, as minimal as it seems to you, it's not to them. And I say to someone who does have my own website that I fucking coded by hand, scratch even. Fuck you. Like, not people who just have one. If you just have a website, look, babe, love you. Live your life. Okay? I'm happy that you have a website and you're happy. That's what matters to me. But like if you just have one that's working for you, super good. Good for you. But for everyone else, also, I wouldn't say Dilly Hub is looking hot. You know what? Alvin, your profile picture has you wearing a fucking sweater vest, and you keep talking about Dilly Hub, which makes me think that you're a Dilly Hub rep, which to me is funny as shit if you are, because that would be very funny. I don't think you are, though. I'm just fucking with you. But Alvin, Dilly Hub is not looking hot right now. It is not. It is not looking hot. Okay, so dropping the website thing away, onto the platforms. Dilly Hub is not hot. Dilly Hub is the opposite of hot to me. It is fucking cold, ice cold in the ground, swallowing its own penis. Dilly Hub is a platform with money from Kakao. Kakao, the same Kakao that now owns Tapas, which makes me suspicious because that money that they get, I believe Kakao gave them $1 million in seed funding. $1 million in funding could mean one of two things. Either Kakao owns about 5 to 10% of Dilly Hub as it stands, not a controlling share, or 40 to 50% of Dilly Hub. $1 million can mean a lot of ownership. Like, you guys have watched Shark Tank. It can mean a lot of ownership. 100K can get you 15% of most small companies. Like, fuck. So, like, I don't know how much that $1 million has gone into the company. The platform has a lot of things going for it, a lot of useful features that are creator focused, but they lack the ability to advertise to people. They do not advertise at all. I have not seen a Dilly Hub ad in my life. Every Dilly Hub correspondence I've had has come from them directly to me in emails. Never an ad, never a marketing thing. They haven't started trying to curate their own set of prominent content that they can push out, right? They haven't done that. Like it's something that I think is just a little bit irresponsible. Same with Lamoon, by the way. Lamoon and Dilly Hub, despite the fact that Lamoon hasn't launched, I don't see any like tracks in the sand. I know creators know who they are, but I don't see them talking to creators. Like, guys, genuinely, please tell me if I'm fucking wrong. Every single one of you in all the single chats, I need you to pay attention right now. Get off of your fucking drawing tablets and look at the chat box. Have you ever been reached out to by DillyHub or Lamoon in a DM, in a whatever, by somebody who claims to be an editor or who is a content producer, or just the platform talking to you saying, we like your content, we'd love to see it on our platform? Anybody, tell me if you have been, genuinely. This is not me doing a bit. No one I know has been, so tell me if you have been. I don't care if I get like, no, nah, please, tell me if you haven't been too. If you haven't been, say no. Type no in chat. Let me just know. From DillyHub or Lamoon, just let me know. Nobody fucking know. Oh, we have one. Paige. Woo! Paige, you saved their lives. I don't have to call them fucking useless. I can only call them mostly fucking useless. That's a problem. That means the platform has not thought even for a fucking second, right, as to whether or not, like they haven't thought to reach out to people or just make people aware in that way. Now, we do know that Paige has been reached out to by both Lamoon and DillyHub. So I will give them that. But a number of the people I've seen in my chat that are in my chat right now are pretty big creators. Jenny Toons, who's my friend too, is a creator that's like pretty decently sized and prolific and well known. She has like 12,000 comics. Like that they haven't said anything to her is surprising. They haven't said anything to the creator of Chateau Grief is surprising. A long running comic, you know, like it's a little off to me that they haven't spoken to them. And from my own private contacts, I haven't heard anyone they've reached out to. And a lot of the people I know have been making comics for like 5, 6, 7 years. Good comics, interesting comics, popular comics, but nothing. So even Luxiver, fucking gay Chinese writer extraordinaire, nothing. You know, they haven't catered to the creators. We're talking about Lamoon and DillyHub, Radar. Now, 40 finger. and then there's fucking like, and people are like, okay, cool. Even if they don't curate to the creators, what about curating to the audience? You're totally right. In fact, let's do a little thing here right now. I'm just gonna get the watch party screen open. And I'm going to take. Sorry, just give me a second. I'm just putting a thing there. I'm gonna get the watch party screen opened, and we're going to go look at DillyHub's website. I think it would be very educational and informative to actually show you what they do. To actually show you their website. Lamoon, is it Lemon or Lamoon? Lamoon has 2 O's. It has 2 O's. Oh, Chainsaw Maniac. Hey, buddy. How are you? Good to see you. Anyway, let's transition. We're looking at DillyHub's website. So, gang, let's look at DillyHub's website real quick. So, we open it. You guys can probably see it. I hope so. Let me actually, let me resize a little bit if you don't mind. About there. Great. So, this is their entire website when you look at it. Then they've got that become a creator button, log in. I'm just going to get us into one of these things. One of these. They have their D Studio, which is their back end stuff. Let's Dilly is the fucking worst catchphrase you could have. That's the worst catchphrase. That sounds like a fucking sex thing. They've gutted it. It used to be nicer looking. What? Okay. All right. Oh, because they're focusing on their app. Oh, cringe. They're focusing on their app. I haven't used the DillyHub app before. I feel like I should. I have it on my phone though. Let me see. Let me see if I can like get a good share of that to the screen. Because like this is what it's like for creators. This is the creator page. I've shown you guys this before in the last stream. This is the creator page. The way they treat everything is projects, their partner program, which exists, and they talk about and they tell you how you can make money, how you can grow your community and make money, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There's a platform fee. What the fuck is this website? Okay, whatever. The longer I'm on Dilly Hub, the more interesting it seems to me as like not the hot place. Just doing good. Just finished a 5-hour stream. Chainsaw Maniac. What the fuck? Let's Dilly is like an awful. Never tell a kid let's Dilly. Okay, cool. The Wesley Moon. Good. Okay. I'm gonna sign up to it on my phone because I just want to see what it's like. You used to be able to search for comics on the website, but they've taken that away. The website's fucked. Oh, I found the app. Okay, let's see. I may be able to do something where I can show you guys the app. I don't think I can. I don't know if I can. I can't be bothered. I'll do it maybe later. But like, you can't even search on here. Dilly was a weird word, but I'm sure it's some Korean thing that I don't get. And I don't want to be racist, so I'm not going to judge it. But that's what Dilly Hub's website looks like, right? And I think as a creator, as like a reader, I want to learn about Dilly Hub. I want to download the app, whatever. I open the web page. I come here. I see Let's Dilly. I'm fucking leaving. Also, then you click the button and it only takes me to the fucking Apple App Store. I'm fucking leaving. I don't know. I'm not a fan of this. I'm not gonna lie. This is strange. The website should help you search. Now I'm gonna say this. I'm on the app itself on my phone right now. And the app is a much better experience. God, I feel like I need to get a visualizer like I use in my classrooms when I'm teaching kids. Anyway, the app is a much better experience in general in that it starts out by showing you a bunch of spaces, which are just people's entire comic library and them as creators and stuff like that. You can search for content, and that's like the opening page. But then the moment you scroll down, they have like trending now, comic, cozy, game, all that stuff. And like, it's like a combination of fan art and a combination of fan art pieces and comics you can read based on themes. And Jesus Christ, it's awful to use. Okay, I was wrong. It's bad. It's bad. Trashmade is here. Wow. It's bad platform. They have the original BL comic, R18 with Chinese. Is this you, Luxiva? Oh, no, it's somebody called Naughty Who. It's a BL comic with Chinese characters. I thought it was you, but it wasn't. I was lied to. It doesn't have tags. Not in any meaningful capacity. Like you can tag your content. So there's like Trashmade's got like comedy, environment, made, slice of life on here. I'm on the app for people who don't know. But I would be lying to you if I said it was very easy to find comics. Like it's in a sea of shit that is not related and makes it harder for me to like read something. I finally get to reading the comic. I go to the episode list. I read the comic itself. I mean, it's a pretty seamless reading experience. This comic is entirely in Chinese. Are you sure this is not you, Luxiva? The comic is entirely in Chinese. And you're Chinese. Oh, and it has no dark mode. Whatever. Webtoon didn't have dark mode for years, but it has no dark mode. Apps are really hard to upload to. The thing is, you can upload on the browser. So there's a browser interface for creators, but not a browser interface for users. So these are the kind of things that I'm just like, Dilly Hub doesn't seem like a real important thing for me. Also, Trashmade is on there. I'm gonna let you guys in on a secret. At one point, you guys don't remember this, but ages ago there was this platform called Graphite Comics. Graphite Comics paid $10,000 for some prominent webtoons to upload up there. Each. So I wouldn't be surprised if they paid Trashmade 10 grand to upload there. And don't get me wrong, she should get her a paper. Fuck, shit. The economy is getting worse. Good for you, girl. Frankly, love to see it. But yeah, that's probably why she's on there. She has no reason to like deviate from her current trajectory. The only reason she'd be on there is either that she thought it was worth uploading to, but it's in their spotlight, so they probably paid for it. One of the spotlighted comics on Daily Hub English, by the way, is entirely in Chinese. Um, I don't read Chinese. Oh, and Nevermore is here. Oh no, not that Nevermore, a different Nevermore. A good looking Nevermore. I might actually review this comic at some point. It looks really good. Um, it looks really good. But yeah, it wouldn't be surprising they paid her 10K to put her comic on there. And there's some comics on there that look really fucking good that they're in the spotlight. So like Daily Hub is clearly trying to get some good content onto the platform, but the user experience sucks ass. And I don't think most users will like to adapt to something so clunky, unwieldy, and not to the point of why they came there. That's my opinion. Then on to the next one everyone kept bringing up for me. Global Comics. Okay. All right. All right. 1 second. Let me just get Global Comics. No, I don't think people pay for the spotlights. I mean like they probably paid for some of the comics on there. But I know, oh, you mean like they didn't pay you for it. Paige, that means they just cheated you out of money, girl. Not gonna lie. Like, ask for that paper. Oh my God. So somebody told me, one of my friends told me that opening Global Comics is like being in a flea market, walking into a flea market, and some guys take dollars, some guys take um, Bitcoin, and some guys take goats as payment, and it's very confusing and hard to navigate. And I understand that because Global Comics is a hard to navigate platform in general. Like I'm on it now. Yesterday I said a lot of really positive things about it. It's got all these things that are good for creators. One of the things that becomes more and more evident is how does this affect the reader experience? How do readers deal with this? Global Comics as a platform is not really is made very much for creators, but like the website version at least is not really made for readers. Readers would find this very confusing on first blush, especially when you come to the comic section. You finally want to read something. So you go over and you're like, okay, I want to read some comics. Let me open the page with the comics. Oh, just these? Oh, but I want to see everything. Let me see let's see all of the comic. Oh, publishers, horror. Why are they showing me horror releases? I don't know. I actually don't know. Like this is my account, but I really don't know why they're doing this. There's a whole bunch of publishers I don't know. Like my nephew doesn't know any of these. He reads comics now. He's like 15 or something, 14, something like that. And he doesn't know any of these platforms. Like I think he knows Top Cow. That's it. Like for me, using this is going to be hard for a new creator, especially when you remember that the core audience for a lot of us are a bunch of 13-year-olds. That initial shock might send them away completely and not have them bother. Oh, it's Halloween. That's why it's horror. Makes sense. And then like the other problem that we encountered along the way was when you're using the platform and searching for content. So let's like search for a comic. Let's try Chainsaw, because Chainsaw Maniac typed in chat. And we go to Chainsaw here. Is it loading? Yeah, cool. Jesus. So you get some series that are there with the word chainsaw in their descriptions. You get creators. Where's the thing where you can look at all of the comics? Have they taken it away? Oh, there it is. There. Oh, there it is. Fuck. It didn't load before. So here it is. So this is what I was looking for. So if you come here, if you just come to the website, you click the button comics, you get this page. When you get this page, you get to see literally everything that's on the platform. So that's all the free and paid stuff. All the stuff that's traditional print or vertical scroll, right? Things that are in crowdfunding campaigns, things for every age. And you need to like kind of organize your themes and everything together just to find what you might want. And that gives a very great amount of customization, which can be great for people who are ready to do it. But most people don't care. And for them, this is just in the way of use case. This is the way of their use case. They just want to come and read a webcomic. And like I'm talking about these little things because I'm like, these user interface problems are evidence of the fact this platform is very much made for creators like us, but not really made for regular average users who are the ones who would largely populate our platforms. And that can cause a lot of friction for them wanting to adopt a new platform. So if you want to escape Webtoon, that's all fine and good. But like understand that how these platforms might play with the people that you want to read your content, you want to be looking at the stuff that you make. And like for me, that is coming up because I'm looking at these problems and I'm going, well, okay, these are small problems. These platforms could have these ironed out by next February. They could. They could potentially have all these problems solved by next February and we're all good, right? But will they? And this is like where it comes to the thing I made a tweet about, but it was about management, right? Like whoever's running these platforms, and it's different people for all of them, obviously, is going to really heavily affect where we hedge our bets, right? Like if I tell you to hedge your bets on a Dilly Hub, and then you remember that their app looks like shit, and like their app looks like shit, their website is fucking unnavigatable and says the word "Let's Dilly," right? it, I can't fucking get over that. There's no way to search on desktop, um, and the app has no dark mode and there's no real way to easily like navigate it at first other than to trust that searching will work. That and it adds a lot of confusion for new users. I don't know. Is that who you want to trust your work in? People who didn't do the basic user experience research that they needed to do to know that maybe this won't work with the average 13-year-old. Is that who you want to trust your comic with? Don't get me wrong, Webtoon doesn't do that work either. But I'm just saying, do you want to go from one shit pile to another shit pile? I don't know. I wouldn't say that I want to, right? And like with global comics, it's the same thing of the use case the user experience kind of sucks when you're anyone under a certain age or under a certain like investment in the industry, and that can cause its own problems. But I don't know. For me, I'm just saying, like, for me, I'm just a little bit more concerned about what hitching your tent to a new platform means and all these little things that we might not be thinking of as we're trying to like just go somewhere else. Also, these platforms don't advertise to new creators and they don't advertise to new readers. So you might just be hitching your tent to a dead horse. You're hitching your carriage to a dead horse, a horse that is dead and rotting and smells of dead horse and you're just not paying attention to it. And I don't fucking know. That sounds kind of shit. Now, I have some good things to say though, specifically exclusively about global comics. Dilly Hub, I have nothing good to say about, but they're never going to give me that interview now that I asked for. Anyway, I have one good thing to say about global comics. Global comics is again doing more creator focused things that seem nice. And it gives me a little bit of hope for their management in terms of it seems their management kind of gets it in terms of like, hey, you know, who is meaningful to attract to a platform, or what does a platform need to succeed, and how can I help creators succeed more? But I don't think they're fully there at getting the core thing that these creators want. A big one being audience. Um, like if I told you that global comics was 90% good, it'd be like 90% of it is a bunch of stuff I think is good. The remaining 10% of things that suck are all very important though, almost more important than the 90% of things that are good. And it's a little bit worrying. I had a friend of mine go to their town hall that they did the other day, and they talked about trying to extend uh, into what you call it, doing print on demand services and doing Kickstarter fulfillment for print on demand. And that's really good. That's really good stuff. That's very meaningful. A lot of creators talk about how often they want to take their comics from web to print. And a lot of readers talk about how they don't want to give you money for X thing. Like they don't want to give you money for just every month just to read a digital comic, but would happily buy a physical version. And it could lead to creators earning more money through that. But they don't seem to be addressing these other more core issues of gaining users and advertising to those people, spending a lot more money on these things that are very creator valuable, but not reader meaningful. Like a reader will not die if they never get a physical version of your comic. Like they probably wouldn't give a shit. But a substantial number of them would care if the platform they were trying to use sucked ass, or like if they couldn't find anything else to use the platform for but reading your work, and it would just disincentivize them to stay there. These are the little things that are getting me. And also, even if we all moved, let's say we all moved tomorrow to Global Comics, right? We all just moved to the Global Comics, which I wouldn't advise. Frankly, it's still not where I would tell us to move. But if we all just suddenly moved to Global Comics tomorrow, everyone did. I feel like, one, we would be introducing a whole bunch of problems to our readers if they come with us. But two, I feel like as a platform, that move will not trigger them to suddenly do things better or do things well. Somebody asked me that and said, maybe if everyone moves, they'll suddenly become better because now they know that they carry a lot more responsibility. And I don't think they would. Not because I think they're bad people or anything. I just don't think it's how people work. I just don't think it's how companies work. Changing your entire plan just because some shitty kid decided to put their comic on your platform is not what I would imagine a company like Global Comics would want to do with their time. I don't know. Maybe my opinion on this is different from yours. I don't know. Someone can tell me. I've had to use both platforms, and I don't think either of them are where people should move. I don't think Tapas is where people should move, and I don't know if personal websites work for everyone. Right, as of right now, I don't think there's any viable alternative that is meaningfully good for what we're all looking for. The closest thing that we've got is still is Global Comics, but like it's lacking in key areas that could easily spell like major problems. On the bright side, they are getting an app made finally, so maybe that means something to you. I don't know. I don't know. I've been on this for like a week now. For like before the announcement came in, I was looking into Global Comic stuff, and like I've been on this for like a week now, and I just don't see no Webtoon. I just don't see Webtoon not being in our futures. I don't know about you guys. Uh, Man, doing this job sucks. I want to take a nap. I want to take the world's longest nap. Having to look at all these platforms, having to read all these things is exhausting. Cross posting is probably the only way for anything to go well for us. Yeah, it shows they're making improvements. It shows they're making investments. It could mean a lot of really good things. It could also mean absolutely nothing. I'm not really one to pretend like it means everything good is going to come. There really isn't any good alternatives yet. So just other pieces that could be great in the future, they're not there yet. Yeah, but like if Steam early access taught me anything, it's that hoping for something to become great in the future is a fool's game. But you're not wrong. Once in a while, that does do that. It does do that for real. Um, Also, I just want to say something real quick about the platform switching thing. I wanted to bring this up earlier, but I didn't want to be a dick about it. But I might as well be since I'm here and I've made you depressed already. Um, a lot of the people who were talking about platform switching on Twitter weren't talking about, or just in general, around as I went around to Discords and went around to hear people talking about switching platforms. They weren't talking about it because they thought, well, Webtoon sucks and we need a new place to go. Like, I'm not saying that wasn't part of their thought process, but that didn't seem like the primary motivation. A lot of them were talking about platform switching almost as if to be like, hey, if I go here and I'm early enough, right? And I convince everyone else to come after me, or I've convinced everyone else to come after me, even though I've already been, because I've already been here, I could become the new original comic creator. This could be my location where I could make my money and become big on my own, and and become a big deal here. I don't know, that felt so fucking grim to experience. I'm not saying everyone did, by the way. I'm sure most people were genuinely saying it from their heart, but there was enough of them that like I just felt weird looking at the desire to move. It didn't seem like a desire that came from like, hey, this move is going to be good for us, or it's good for our industry, or it's better for our industry if we're not beholden to this shitty company. It was just self-serving as fuck. And I guess you can understand the thought process. I guess anyone can. But God, it's grim. It's grim. I don't know. It's grim. I think a lot of the promises and benefits of global comics could easily get overwhelming for the majority, for the platform to keep up if too many creators move all at once, Luxiva says. And Inky said, well, when people are angry about monetization being taken away, you're probably getting a sampling of people who care about monetization more than normal. Yeah, I mean, makes sense. I think even with that though, making no making a comic with the intent of getting more popular or making more money is not an unnatural or like shitty thing to think about, but like when it's about decisions, when you're trying to encourage or stoke the flames of like broad decision making and discussion in a community of people, um and your core thing to say is the thing that will benefit you, it comes off like you don't give a shit about how it affects this, how this affects the industry. You give a shit specifically about how this could affect you and only you. And like that's like the worst part of English English speaking comic production, man. That's like the worst part of it. It's just the amount of like fuck you got mine behavior and mentality, crypto bro energy. Oh god, I said that yesterday, didn't I? I think a substantial number of people really care about the industry, about the community, about the other creators like them. Um, like I do. I don't make money. You think I make money from this show? I've done it for what, like over 3 years? I really care about the industry. A substantial number of people do. Like Luxiva, I know Luxiva cares about the industry. I know lots of creators really give it. Oh, as in, oh, about how many of them don't care about the industry? Eh, probably quite an. That's actually a very hard question to answer. I can prove that someone cares. I can't prove that someone doesn't care. I can only just read between the things they say, and it comes off a little bit grim. But that's not a crime. Like coming off grim is not inherently criminal yet. So there's nothing I can really do about it. I can just be like, I can just find it a little bit grim to witness. I don't know. Actually, let me ask a question. Get off your fucking drawing tablets, nerds. Pay attention to the chat box and give me a response. How many of you are actually going to leave your platform of choice and go to like Global Comics or Dilly Hub or whatever? And if you have already left, was it useful for you? Did you enjoy it? Do you like the new platform? Does it even give you money? I want to know. Kaylee just like fuck you. Callie, Callie's just like fuck you now. Upload multiple platforms. Callie already uses Global Comics. I feel called on a drawing tablet. I mean, because I know you guys are drawing. It's true. Answer my question for fuck's sake. It's just facts. I already use Global Comics and it gives me nothing. Callie, no. Callie, no. Oh, I do about 7 platforms now. It works for my goals. Different sites, different audiences. All right. I'm still developing my comics, so I have no platform of choice. Me who hasn't launched yet. Well, fucking Jesus. They posted my comic on their Twitter. I guess that's nice. I won't. I only post on new places I like, on few places I like the features of more without taking the comic down on the other places. Fair enough. Still unsure. Saw Webcomics app, but looks sus. They're legit. Webcomics app is legit, but it's basically just Webtoon but Chinese. With like spoofed viewing, with spooked view counters. Like the counters are definitely overinflated. I'm not leaving, but I think mirroring your comic on many different platforms is always a great idea. I tell people, you know what's where a great place to mirror is, Luxiva? Always mirror on what you call it, manga decks. I will never shut up about mirroring on manga scanlation platforms. It adds so much to people being able to see your work, and it also lets you control your works, like the flow of pirated versions of your work. Always. Chainsaw Maniac, just upload everywhere. Me will always crossbow, but we'll try to force him to Patreon, as you should, Peter. I tried Tapas and didn't like it, so I deleted it. Callie, what the fuck is this sociopath behavior? I love Callie just going straight up like, I've done everything and fuck it all. Burn it to hell. I tried Tapas and then completely forgot about it after 6 years. Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, I have to actually draw the actual. Okay. I tried on webcomics and voice me. We'll try on Tapas, but Webtoon's been the most successful yet. I'm gonna be real with you, someone deep. Voice me is not worth your time. Neither really is webcomics, but voice me is not worth your time. What Manga Dex does support scroll comics. Anyway, voice me is not worth your time. Just real. Yeah, they artificially inflate their views and subs. It's wild that what Webcomics Hub does. I don't have enough brain cells to post everywhere. Kelly, I love you. Kiki, Manga Dex, does it support? Yeah, it does. Inky is scared. Don't go exclusive unless they pay you to. Exactly. No, Inky's right. Inky's totally right. Robin, only been sharing progress on my comic on Patreon so far. Pretty nervous of where to post it when it's done. I would honestly say, Robin, post it everywhere. Even if your comic is dog shit, the wider a net you spread, the more likely you are to catch some fish. Actually, I have such mixed feelings about Webcomics Hub because the experience as a reader is actually great. There's a lot of readers with very little overlap with Webtoon's audience. Yeah, but like the problem fundamentally with Webcomics Hub is that artificial inflation of readers and subscribers can cause your stats to crash. It usually leads to situations where only very specific content makes it on the platform. Like you're right, the overlap is low, but the audience like requirements are very rigid. Like if you don't hit that, if you're not making fucking Chinese BL, you're fucked. I don't even remember what else they like on there, but I think that's pretty much it. Chinese BL. Not gonna lie, I have a literal old style forum that's relevant to my intended audience. I'm gonna post to as well. I mean, Inky, live your life. Live your life. Voice Me was always garbage. I don't know why anyone went there. Whatever. Anyway, the editor system on Webcomics Hub is super scummy. MangaDex is just a manga scanlation site. I should say this for everyone who doesn't know. I said it before and I'll say it again. MangaDex is just a manga scanlation site. Post your comic on there. Because the thing is, every other scanlation site that gets like every webtoon, they steal it from MangaDex and post it onto their platform, right? So just keep uploading your webtoon on MangaDex. Upload it like a week late if you want to. It doesn't matter. What matters is if you start doing it now and you send all those people to Webtoon, you will slowly gain a bigger audience, or at least they will start also going to your Patreon or whatever, and you can kind of control that flow. Now, before you can upload your own content on MangaDex, you need to ask them. So just ask them. Tell them you're going to do it. They usually say yes. They're pretty chill people. I actually quite like them. In my experience, though, at least they've been really chill. I didn't consider that before. Today I'm learning Chinese BL. There's nothing wrong with Chinese BL, but it is all Luxiva makes. That's not even true. I need to stop saying mean things about Luxiva. She's my biggest fan. She's my biggest fan. Why am I bullying somebody who likes me? Oh yeah, because it's funny. Like, I don't know. We're in a weird spot. Like, we're in a weird spot, in my opinion, where Webtoon is really, 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 really trying to like. They know they have a majority sharehold, and they're trying to really tighten their grip on the industry in a way where they can spend as little money as possible to gain as much as possible. And along with that, we want to make our own. We want to get our own success. We want to get our comics seen, and they still end up being one of the best places. But I feel like any attempt to try to quote unquote mass leave will not achieve anything for a platform so big and dense. But it will be very useful if you, I don't know, mirrored your content and redirected your audience from Webtoon there, because you could siphon people off. It just will take a very long amount of time. It is on Webcomics Hub when I posted my genticle tentacle boyfriend there. So active. And supportive, but the whole system behind the scenes was us. Yeah, but that's looks of us because you're making Chinese BL. What do you mean, Peter? There's everything has BL. There's Korean BL, there's Chinese BL, there's American BL, there's Japanese BL. Everything has BL. BL is just BL, bro. What matters is that you put you just make the characters Chinese and then it's Chinese BL. Good job. You've done the work. That's the requirement. That's actually, honestly, actually, surprisingly. I just, there's a lot of platforms. There's a lot of places to post. I mean, this is a weird place to be. This is a weird place to be. I didn't have Webtoon fucking shooting canvas critters in the foot for 2022 bingo card on my 2022 bingo card. So I don't really know. I don't really know how this is gonna end. Off topic, every time I open the app and see a villainous Webtoon or when they die in the first chapter and get reincarnated, I want to close the app. What's sad is like all those like Korean imports don't even make them money. They don't really do anything for them. They actually get fewer readers and they're always so behind all the scanlations that people just go read scanlations anyway. Because foreign comics get scanlated way more easily and way more often than current ones do. I used to remember my comic on Manga Dex, but now rebooted and my ugly ass first versions all over the internet and I can never make it go away. It'll haunt me to the end of my days. Oh, just delete all the chapters and then upload new ones. What happens is all the scanlation sites, all they do is they use web crawlers. So if then they go to re-download your comic, all your old chapters have been gone, and then they will like re-download your new ones. So just do that. Go to MangaDex and delete all the old ones, and then upload all the new ones. It will take months, by the way, but that's what will happen. Make sure you label the chapter stuff like chapter 1 and make it super easy for the app to not fuck up. But yeah, that's what will happen. I used to mirror. Let's see. Wouldn't it be Chinese if its original language is in Chinese? Listen, Kiki, shut up. Alvin Smith, for real. I just want pure fantasy stories now. Wow, people really mad at the Webtoon app. I think if you did have it on your card, it would have already been crossed out. It would have been already crossed out. Yeah, multiple times this year, right? I'd have crossed out like a couple dozen times. You can't just delete them. You have to re-upload them, Luxiva. I'm not giving her tech support. What the fuck is this? Anyway. Like I don't know. We're in a weird place. I mean, are you guys worried about is this gonna make you stop making comics? Like, okay, this is a very selfish thing. The only thing I care about personally is people making comics. Like, I just want to be real with you. I want everyone to do well and make money and stuff like that. But like on a personal level, the reason I do this show, the reason I research all these things, the reason I read shitty fucking books about German comics is because I like comics. I want to see more. So I wonder genuinely, does something like this happening make you less likely to make comics? Does it make you want to make fewer comics? I don't know. I don't know. It's something that's on my mind right now. No matter how shitty Webtoon gets, will never stop me from making my Page literally coming in with with bandit energy. Just means I have to go back to esoteric porn comics for money. Okay, Kelly, what kind of porn? I still want to make them. I started reading webcomics back when there were no mass platforms like Webtoons, and when there was extremely low monetization, and my desire hasn't changed since then. I want to tell the story of my funky little characters. The image I've had of webcomics making has always been no money. No, but not gonna lie, having money helps me put fuel into the comic making machine. True that. True that indeed, babe. Jesus. I feel like I want to know what this porn is, but it's probably just furry stuff. Which is like fair enough. You know? Fair enough. It's probably just furry stuff. Ah, Jesus Christ. as we barrel towards the sun again for the 400th time in a row. I want I want you guys to know that this, I don't even want to make you feel bad, but it's probably going to get all right. It's probably going to get better. I'm sure some solution is going to come up, probably made by us or probably made by someone else. But I'm sure there's a silver line and a better solution. And also, I think one of the best things that comes out of this is now that there's no need for you to hit like for you to be worrying about getting the payout that's big anymore, and you don't really care, and the payout you're going to get from ad revenue is going to be what it is. You might as well just focus on no longer wasting your time getting 2 or 3 or 4 uploads every month, and just focus on like making the thing you like, dealing and being okay with it. And like, there's no need to force two massive uploads a month. Now you can do a couple little ones. I don't know. I feel like it could help you in terms of, as a creator, in terms of reducing your output in a lot of ways, because the incentive is now so minute. I have a pretty stable animation job, so ironically enough, webcomics is my side hustle. Don't make them, just making them for free. Just making them read shitty German books on comics. You and Dave Killett need to talk. He studied World War II propaganda in British comics. I'm reading German books about comics because I'm trying to understand why the German industry is dead. I'm not advocating for grossling. No. I'm about to hit the big one here. And this is why, guys, I want everybody to embrace the grossling mentality. Okay? Listen to me. Look at me right now on your screen. I'm your grossling sensei, right? The original grussler, the grussler extraordinaire. And I'm telling you that you need to make bank from your comic. Plaster that fucking shit in ads, all right? Make sure you keep putting in your Patreon, all right? Put the Vine boom sound effect every time you say, go to my Patreon. Make people go and give you money. Ask for the money that you so desperately deserve. Grussling, okay? That's the big G in these parts. Grussle every day, okay? Grussle all the time. I'm so upset that people know how to spell that now. Every day, all right? It's Grussle time. This is Morbin time, but for this community. This is our Morbin time. Like, that's the... Because honestly, I don't think there's anywhere else out of this. Like, we just got to Grussle. Not German cartoons that are dead. The German comics industry doesn't seem to exist. It's complicated. I'll get to it someday. It's a lot of reading. I'm doing it for one of my patrons. One of the viewers, Pearl C, who's a great person and also a German, which is cringe. I mean, you do Grussle, Chainsaw Maniac. You do Grussle. You Grussle every day. I've seen it. I have a day job I love. I think one of the biggest problems I'm noticing about this webcomic thing that's coming up, though, is there's a substantial number of people who have not made money from this industry, who have very much seen this as an industry that they're going to use to make money in the next year or two or whatever. Had no real love for making stuff, but they just wanted to find a way to make their bank off of it, right? And like, now that the money is gone, we might see fewer bigger names making comics. I saw enough people just going, yeah, my comic's canceled, or I'm not coming back. Like, that's it. One of them, somebody, I think it was Mayonnaise, genuinely just said, I'm not coming back. Or something to that effect. I don't know if she's in chat right now. She might be. But like, something to the effect of like, I'm not coming back. And like, I get it. You know, I get why those people wouldn't come back. And in a lot of ways, I think, and I'm not calling Mayu specifically like a money hungry person or whatever. I'm just saying like people who the money was an important thing that they needed from the industry. Them seeing this happen, it might be the big bust that just gets a lot of people to stop uploading completely. We might see a large amount of comics stop uploading at all. I don't know. Yeah, I've seen one that's promoted a lot say they're leaving because the $1,000 being gone is just not worth it. This is our video game comic. This is our video game our video game industry crash right now. It might be an interesting thing to see February hit and just a bunch of comics die. Webtoons need hollow foil variant covers. Fuck off, Callie. Oh God. God, fuck. I mean, do any of your friends want to quit? Does anyone's friends want to quit? I'm just here thinking about this. I'm like, does anyone's friend, do any of you know people who want to quit right now? Who's saying like, oh, I'm quitting as soon as February hits. As soon as the February payout happens, I'm fucking leaving. Like, I don't know. I want the speculation webtoon market too. I want crypto bros to be betting on the chances of boyfriends to hit 10 million 10 million subscribers, and then like stocks hinging on the boyfriend chapter uploads. Imagine having friends. Cringe. Crinky Crongemas, guys. Oh fuck, I sound like him. One of my favorite streamers says things like crinky Crongemas, and Jesus Christ, I felt so grim when I said that. Okay, so no one knows people who are quitting based on this. Okay, cool. Listen, it's interesting to me to see. Okay. Yeah, that's all the stuff I want to talk about today. Like I could go into we could just sit here and talk about this for the next 2 hours. But fundamentally, that's everything I wanted to get into. Like, Dilly Hub is in your future. Global Comics is in your future. These platforms have substantial problems. Global Comics might be your future, if anything. Despite all their problems, they're the only people who seem to care about improving. But fundamentally, nobody seems to care about like improving in such a way that they could reach more readers, which is a thing that the platforms all need. Also, I just want everyone to know that a substantial number of NFT webcomic platforms are popping up. I one of them got in contact with one of my friends, and then I got in contact with them, and I might do a call with them and use it for content. I don't know. Tell me if that sounds funny to you. If you have questions for the NFT comic people, the NFT comic platform people, hit me up. Put it in Discord. let me know on Discord. Or on Twitter or whatever. Let me know. Just so I can hit them up and then like ask them these questions. I want to see what they say. I think it'll be funny. I don't like NFTs for content, but it will be very funny for me. The tipping system might suck ass. I mean, we talked about it earlier. You missed it, Sumandeep, but it will probably be coin based. NFTs are not good for anyone. It's not good for fucking anything. Mirror comics as many platforms as you find, and find as many different monetization options so you are not dependent on one sole platform. Yeah, I mean, that's what they call in business diversifying, you know? One of the basics of business, diversifying your revenue streams. First person to click on the episode gets to buy it. What? So I see. These are the questions I want to ask. I want to ask Gene. These are the questions I want to ask. I want to ask them these questions. I want to go to them and be like, "Hey, Chief, what the fuck?" But I don't want to look like I'm endorsing it. But I have to act like I believe in it to get this interview going. I don't know if it's worth doing. I don't know. I mean, if Webtoon is like maybe this is how we all go there, we all upload, we take like the $20 they give us, we all leave. What is NFT solving? What the fuck is that? Oh, what are NFTs solving in the industry? Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll put that in the question. It could be funny. It could be. Wait, what? Walter's doing NFTs? No, fuck no, you're fucking with me. No. You're joking. Like I don't follow Walter, but I have respect. I have respect for Walter. Don't tell me he's actually doing NFTs. I have respect for Walter. Oh, please just oh fucking Jesus. When did he do NFT? I don't even see them on his page. I don't see them on his page, on his Twitter or whatever. Maybe he took it down because he realized that people were noticing. Uh, he does? Wait, what? Someone say something. Tell me something. Give me more information than this. Like I wasn't like paying mega attention to him, but I was like, it's Walter Osley. He fucking made Hacksaw. Like he's cool. Every solution is just every solution NFT is to solve a problem. The wannabe engineer. Oh wait. Oh wait, it's all over his Twitter. I'm on his Twitter. I don't see it. Maybe it's because I'm not reading his like tweets. Maybe it's because I'm probably in like YouTuber mode and I'm not reading anything. I'm just like thinking of how to spin something into a joke. Let me see where you posted the comment because then I can like find it. If you posted a link, did it delete the link? I think it might have deleted the link. If you want to post the link, give it to one of my mods or something and they'll post it for me. I really didn't want to hear that. That's actually kind of depressing. Fuck me. Imagine the viewers who watched this like after the stream is over tomorrow morning. They're watching this and then they find out through this stream that Walter Osley's doing NFTs. Like, what a fucking shame. Like, what a fucking shame. What a sad place to find yourself. You wake up in the morning, you think your life is fine, and then you find out Walter Osley's doing NFTs today. Oh, fucking Christ. End me. I'm just gonna type Walter Osley NFT. Sorry for anyone who came in and was like, podcast. I'm sorry, I just need to know if Walter Osley's doing NFTs. Wait. Okay, it doesn't, when I searched it up. Oh, there it is. I found it. Wait, what the fuck? No! Walter, no! You fucking son of a bitch. Walter Osley's the creator of Hacksaw. And he made Ghost Bats, and he's made like a lot of really cool comics. He made a lot of really cool comics, and he's doing NFTs. Like genuinely, Webtoon Dad went to get NFT. Like Walter Osley is like OG as fuck. Like if you don't know what Walter used to make, like Walter Osley's comics are OG as fuck. This is Hacksaw. Hacksaw has been was a Webtoon original for basically like all of 2018. And when he started making it, Walter was also working on other projects. He started out in like 2016, 17 on Webtoon. Like he's actually pretty OG as fuck. Like it's not like an overprescription. I thought most of Ghost Bats was under Fast Pass. Anyway, these are his comics. Walter's pretty OG. Walter's pretty well known, and like yeah, he's doing NFTs. Fuck. I'm like, where? Oh, it's here. I didn't even notice that this was an NFT thing. Punk's comic. Okay, cool. That's a crypto punk thing. Oh, I just wasn't looking at the images. I didn't realize these were NFT things. Oh, Jesus. Okay, cool. Yeah, so Walter Osley is doing NFTs. Fuck. Well, the one time I joined stream, and now Walter is doing NFTs. He's doing NFTs, it seems, for like a year. Fuck us. Well, guess that's it. Never gonna look back. Ah, shit. Fuck me. Okay. Yeah, nope. Going to sleep. Okay. Give me money on Patreon. Patreon.com/webcomics hub. Patrons get extra vids. Patrons get one extra video a month, along with all content that is currently up and also old, a whole bunch of exclusive stuff that I just give to them, and so access to all my scripts and all that stuff. Walter doing NFTs. Walter can go suck it and fucking jump off a cliff. No, I don't want him to die. I don't know him, but I don't want him to die because I kind of feel bad. But God, that's kind of sad. Someone had to tell me Santa wasn't real. Guys, when I do NFTs, I want you guys to all unsubscribe to my channel. The moment I do NFTs, for any reason at all, I want everybody here to unsubscribe and then DM me and call me a fucking idiot. That's the only thing you can do for me to help me. Fuck me. Like, oh God. I'm not even gonna fucking judge the guy. The thing is, like, the NFT thing is hard. It's hard for me to judge anybody. But like, Walter was an established author. I'm surprised he didn't just make a new comic. Oh, whatever. Anyway, yeah. Please give me money on Patreon. Follow me on Twitter. Twitter at webcomics_hub, which I think most of you follow. Stream's gonna be next week. Yeah, I'm working on other content. Make sure you check that out. The hero's journey of Webcomics Hubcast. Capitalism is ruining webcomics. Flirt with unionization. End with more capitalism. Honestly, I think that's a winning formula, Inky. I don't know what you're saying. Me when I buy Nencoin. Thanks. Thanks, Bev. I'm just having an emotional breakdown, but thanks for telling me great show. I'm sure that will stop me from losing my fucking mind. I'm kidding. Thanks. Oh my fucking God. Oh, I'm slowly dying, Bev. I'm slowly dying. Okay. Good night. Fuck it. The industry's dead. Fuck this. Also, remember to join the Discord. Discord.webcomicshub.co.uk. Because I don't know, just fucking do what I ask. Join my community, talk, bring your opinions, share your comics. You know, argue with people in comic conversation on my Discord. Thank you. Later, buds.